instead of through sweeps from the guard. It's very important that you understand that your guard is a big part of it is legs. It's not pinching your knees, it's getting heavy on their back and lifting your hips and bringing your knees to your chest. So you force their head down, okay? Very simple. They're gonna wanna posture up, but they're gonna need to work. When they start doing this, if you lift your hips up, it makes it difficult for them to make kickstands right here because this comes off and slides fairly easy, okay? So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna disrupt this person's guard. Typically people want to have some kind of a kickstand in order to be able to create posture, okay? Whenever your back is flat on the mat, this serves as a very effective tool in order to keep posture, especially when this hand keeps the hip down. So that, yes, because now he can lift his head up because you don't want to keep looking down and insert that knee. The knee in my tailbone with the hip downward pressure enables him to put pressure on my feet so that as he slides his butt back and arches and now he bows, yeah, that is easy to open. Then he goes into daily heat. But that's not even the point. The point is, you need to ask yourself what's good for you, what's bad for them, because whatever's good for them is bad for you. And all you gotta do in your head is just change what's good for them into good for you, okay? Or whatever's bad for you into good for you. So if he's posting here, okay, and that's good for him, go ahead, give me some pressure here. But I wanna pull him in. I wanna break his posture this way. This is good for me. This is bad for him now. Now he's gonna turn bad for him into good for him, okay? As I elevate my hips and I keep sliding this up, because that's not much of a post. And as he begins to try to push my hip without a post, I can pull his posture down. This is good for me, bad for him. See how high my knees go up? They're not here just hanging around his waist, because I want to be able to control his torso above the belt line. And I want to control the head, because if the head can't come up, the torso's not going to be able to come up. If it does, it's going to be real weird, okay? So as he starts posturing up, okay, I lift my hips, okay? So, because I want to make sure he doesn't keep my hips pinned, because for him, pinning my hips is good and bad for me. This is where these grips are very important, because I can pull this off with my hips, break his posture once again, okay? Also, I can move my shoulders like a windshield wiper. I can move my hips. I can pull them in, out. As always, you want to disrupt their balance, which is push, pull, rotate, okay? So all we're gonna do here is basically get a cross grip, right to right, okay? I'm gonna bring my left hand under, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this left hand off this way, okay? From here, I'm gonna move it down this way here, and I'm gonna move my hips out, okay? And now I can let go because my chest is able to keep that arm away, because as he's trying to, yes, so he'll probably posture up a bit as my right hand goes underneath here, okay? And I'm just going to come up on top of me and take him over this way here. And I'm going to keep my chest on him, okay? Because I have that arm across and I want to keep it across, because this is bad for him, good for me, especially if I do this, this. This is really bad for him, okay? So one more time. You can do this at any time. They start posturing, right to right, hip, and see how I turn my head to the left? Because there's no spaces. This is not all slack and loose, because this won't work. You need to take the slack out, and I wedge my hand in. I cup my wrist. I lift my hips so that as my hips come down, I go this way. And then as I pull them in, push it down. Okay? Sometimes you can potentially take the back from here, get the neck. Even if he turns his head, I can still have a good neck crank right here. Okay? But it depends on what they do. all you're gonna do basically is grip 1, 2, 3, and hold the posture out. I'm pushing this down to his leg right here. As I'm gonna reach, either grab the belt or grab right about here, okay? Because I wanna start turning to my side so that my right hand can reach the leg. He'll probably wanna start posturing, but my left arm is preventing that as my right hand reaches deep under here, okay? And now I wanna keep pulling as I get him to ride on my right leg, and just carefully here, I go 1, 2, 3, and I lift up. And the whole time, keep my chest connected. I'm gonna grab their head here. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
The key is to move your hips. This works very well. Professor Phil knows.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Good. Good. Here. Up. And then as I push it, yes. Because here, as I reach right here, I just gotta reach and grab whatever. Okay? Yes. And I wanna keep that arm up. If you're here, he can reach forward with his right hand. And then he'll recenter himself. It's fine. Just push on forward and reach over my thing. Okay? But I still have an underhook, which is good for me because I can still do this stuff here. Okay? So you have a whole variety of techniques. However, for this particular one, right to right, hips and head left. As I wedge this right in the crook of this grip here, my hips come up so I put tension, and then I go, and I keep this up as I guide this down, and I pull him in. And my left hand goes around his lat. So you can grab that lat, if the lapel is there, grab it. And I'm gonna keep my chest. As he starts posturing up, I'm gonna hook his leg here, okay? See how my head pulls to his leg, okay? This is all active, so that I can get under here. Because I can roll him, and I'm gonna roll him up, and then at some point I'm gonna scissor my legs. Come up. Okay. Even if it's down here, I'm still gonna be able to come up here, and then potentially get into arm locks and all that kind of stuff. Okay? So the goal is you go perpendicular. Break the grip, go right to right. Get your grips. Hip, pull, and I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, and this reaches here if I can. Grab here as long as I can grab here, and I just keep my head, because even if he tries to straighten his arm, it's tough. As I hook his leg here, and you can put your left foot on the mat, scoot your hip left, 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 and pull his knee and your arm towards your head. As you see here, he's floating on my right leg. Tick up. See how we did almost like a full circle? Right? Makes sense? And then from here, you get that arm in there. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, 3.